Jackie Quinn.
Fires have broken on an oil tanker previously attacked by Yemen's Houthi rebels this week. The vessel now appears to be adrift in the Red Sea. You'll find more on these stories and full analysis at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor.
Well, summer is upon us and the weather is beautiful. Everyone has a favorite outdoor activity: golf, bike riding, bird watching, long walks. Ask 100 people and you'll get 100 answers. But if everyday aches and pains are keeping you on the sidelines, I have one answer: Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joints or muscles, in 3 weeks or less you'll start to feel the difference all day, every day. So whatever you like to do, swimming, pickleball, hanging out in the garden, Relief Factor can help you feel good again and let you enjoy all your favorite outdoor activities all summer long. ReliefFactor.com, 1-800-4RELIEF, 1-800-473-5433. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
Disturbing news in the world of politics. Experts now say that Iranian hackers may have infiltrated U.S. politics far worse than initially believed. Correspondent Jackie Quinn has an update on the story.
Meta says it received reports of suspicious messages in WhatsApp accounts held by staffers of President Biden and former President Donald Trump. It says the hackers tried to access accounts in the U.S., the United Kingdom, and the Middle East, as well as political and diplomatic officials. U.S. intelligence officials say Iran is increasingly using cyber attacks and disinformation to try to confuse voters and undermine their confidence in democracy and to oppose candidates it believes will increase tensions between Tehran and Washington. I'm Jackie Quinn.
You'll find breaking news, more stories, and full analysis at townhall.com. The Justice Department has launched an investigation into a privately operated Tennessee prison.
Officials say violence and sexual abuse has gone unaddressed for years. The probe announced at the Trousdale Turner Correctional Center, the largest prison in the state. They say recent incidents include 5 stabbings within a 3-week period in early 2024. Prosecutors say that although Brentwood, Tennessee-based Core Civic owns and operates the prison, it is the state of Tennessee that is ultimately responsible for ensuring prisoners' rights are not violated there. John Scott reports.
South Carolina has set a September 20th date for what would be the state's first execution in 13 years. Freddie Eugene Owens will likely have the choice to die by lethal injection, electrocution, or by a firing squad. Owens killed a store clerk in 1997. His attorney says he will wait to get a sworn statement about the lethal injection drug before deciding. More on these stories at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership.
Good morning.
Or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good, Mike.
I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding
Good,
towns?
Mike.
It's time for Middleboro.
And good morning and welcome to Middleboro in Review. I am Joey Driscoll, joined by Don this morning. Good morning, Don. How are you today?
Good morning, Joey.
All right. Well, today is the 25th of August, 2024. And we're going to get to a lot of great stuff today. So, yeah, and I'm trying to get the weather up, and having a hard time with that this morning. All right, there we go. We have a look at the weather, and then a look at many other things today. We have some early voting dates for Middleboro and Taunton to talk about as well. and much more on the show today. Our Today in History a little bit later on, and also much more on the show today. Maybe a sports segment. I say maybe if we get to it later on the show today. If not, I will talk about it tomorrow on the show on Middleboro Matters. So, lot going on in sports, like college football starting up and baseball and things like that. But if we don't get to it today, we will get to it tomorrow on Middleboro Matters. But I want to start off the show by mentioning blood drives, because that's pretty important. Blood drives for the month of September, as we're approaching the month of September 2024. We have 3 coming up. We have Wednesday, September 4th, the Holy Cross Church, 225 Purchase Street in Southeaston, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. for that blood drive. Monday, September 9th, at the Lakeville Public Library, 4 Precinct Street, Lakeville, 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. for that blood drive. And then Thursday, the 19th of September at Emerald Square Mall, 999 South Washington Street, Route 1. That is in North Attleboro, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. for that blood drive. So a lot going on with the blood drives here for the month of September. And also we have, again, an alert from Red Cross saying that they have once again a low supply of blood. So if you're able to give blood, definitely go out and do so, either one of these 3 blood drives or at a blood donation center. There are several. There's one in Raynham, Kingston, and many others in the area. So yeah, that is blood drives. Don, do you have anything to add on the blood drives this morning?
Like I say every week, when you talk about the blood drives, I really appreciate that you take the time to let everyone know about the blood drives that are going on. You're pretty consistent in that, and everyone likes consistency.
It's very important.
It's very important in anything that you do, and you stay on top of it, and that's good because you did mention before, which I think you've said in the past, about the mad cow disease.
Yes.
Right? Meaning anybody who was affected about that.
Potentially exposed or
yeah.
not
That was
affected, but
a lot of people in Europe, a lot of servicemen and women.
Potentially exposed to it, yes.
Right. So, I mean, they got that figured. So, if you had a problem with that in the 80s or the 90s, whenever that was going around, and you just never looked back, well, I mean, there's, you can contact them and they can let you know what your status is, and I think they can
screen for it.
They screen for it, and it's been lifted, and so I mean that's important because I mean, talk about something that throwing a wrench into the works, meaning somebody who was giving blood on a regular basis, and then all of a sudden they were over in England or where I think it was in England, right? Where they had that in Great Britain area.
Yeah.
A lot of, we had a lot of people who served over there, a lot of people in the military and people who just worked over there. So I think it's important to, that you did mention that. And, I'm just proud of you that you do that every week. Or you try to every other week or whatever. So
yeah, very important. Very important to do so.
It's like scrambled eggs. Consistency.
Exactly. Yes. Right. Don't want
runny eggs.
Don't want runny eggs. Don't want that.
Nope.
Not a huge fan of scrambled eggs. I don't know if that's
I
don't know if that's a controversial statement, but
yeah.
not a huge fan of scrambled eggs.
If you get somebody who makes the best scrambled eggs, we know a few people. Who make a mean scrambled egg.
Yeah, you have to get the right person. If you get the right person, I will eat them. Yes. I'm just not a huge fan. It's not the first thing I reach for when it comes to having a breakfast. I reach for I reach for bacon first. I reach for
Everything is
pancakes,
bad. Everything
waffles.
is bad for you. I mean, out of all the
Yeah,
foods, I think
yes.
scrambled eggs out of all the. I mean, maybe I'm not an expert in it or whatever. I mean, someone who's a cook could call me and say I'm wrong, but I think out of all the egg, fried eggs, maybe a poached
Scrambled?
Egg. Well, a
Maybe.
little healthier, I think.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you
it
got-
also depends
well,
on
you
what you
got
put
fried
in it.
egg,
Yeah.
So it's just like.
It also depends on what you put in it too. Yeah.
No, I don't know. What?
Don't put anything in it.
What do we
That's
know?
gonna make it. That's gonna make it not good for you.
Yeah, but what do we know? We're here on Saturday morning talking about scrambled eggs. None of us know how to cook one. Save our life.
Yeah, but I reach for pancakes. I reach for waffles, breakfast sausages. Breakfast sausages.
The little thin
The
ones.
little ones.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
not the big sausages. The little breakfast sausages.
Yeah.
I will only have the little breakfast sausages.
Really?
Yes.
Like the Jimmy Dean's.
Yes, like the Jimmy Dean's. Exactly.
Yeah, a nice cold, like a.
It's the only ones.
All right, if we're gonna talk about scrambled eggs and it's Sunday morning, we might as well. I don't think everyone's getting hungry now. We didn't eat. We got our coffees. But yeah.
All right.
Well,
yeah.
You gotta try scrambled eggs, Joey.
I have in the past. I'm just saying it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite breakfast item. I mean, I'll eat them, yes.
All right.
It's just not my favorite breakfast item.
Oh, I love watching people bake scrambled eggs on the grill. It's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And they come up so fast. So, I mean, it's just... Anybody who knows how to run a grill in a restaurant, it's like watching magic. I'll tell you a story. I grew up in Quincy, and there was a diner in North Quincy, and my friends used to go there all the time. Me and my friends and I. And there was this short order cook. His name was Bernie. And we loved this guy. He worked on a little grill, and he must have put out 50 breakfasts an hour. That guy was unbelievable. We thought he was like, we looked at him like he was God. Bernie. And then I brought one of my other friends in who criticized him, and we wanted to kill him because we loved Bernie. Bernie was the man. Bernie was, and he just made it look so easy. He was there for years, and Bernie was the man. We always went and saw Bernie, and we always tried to take care of Bernie, and we always sat next to him. And it's like watch him work.
Yeah.
I mean, he ran the place. It was a small little diner, and a lot of people, went to that diner because of Bernie. You got one person in there. It's just, and people like personality, or they like the food, or they like something about the place. That's huge. I mean, not all, all the advertising money in the world isn't gonna, replace little nitpicks. No, it's nitpicks or whatever inside a situation, inside a restaurant that you might like. You might be looking at a particular wall covering. You might have a particular stool that you like. You might, you like people who work there. You might like the counter. You just might like the atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, that goes a long way, in my opinion.
Yeah, very important. Very important.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 7:17.
So it's the burning on Sunday morning.
7:17. We take our first commercial break right now. If you want to call in, 508-822-1106 is the number. 508-822-1106. And that is what's up. We have people checking in on the Facebook. Scott from Georgia
All right.
telling us that the Wheelhouse Diner is closed.
Yep.
The eggs were runny that day.
That was the person. It was Scott. That's the guy we wanted to kill. Me, my buddy Kevin, and I'm not sure who else was. Maybe Patrick was with us too. We just wanted to strangle Scott.
All right.
You don't talk bad about Bernie.
All right. Well, it is 7:17. We're going to take our first commercial break right now. When we come back, we will have early voting. Talk about early voting. Talk about our today in histories. And much more on the show today. So stay tuned. Again, open phone lines if you want to call in. You're listening to Middleboro in Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We'll be right back.
Who else was listening?
Just Scott this morning.
Oh, all right.
Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton.
I'm surprised you guys can hear anything
For
Friday
highest quality
morning.
collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open.
I knew you guys knew nothing about it when you guys were clueless.
8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not
That's why I just went back to bed.
508-583-1495.
Yeah.
We got everything cleared up. I put everything together Friday, and then
Yeah, it looks good in there.
yeah, and then Mark fixed, Mark went to fix everything.
Yeah, it's good in there now, so that's good.
Yeah. He put some adhesive in.
Mm-hmm.
Mark's really good at that. Oh my God, he's got the eyeball. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think he worked with my father painting. And my father said, out of all the people who paint, Mark could paint good. You know what I mean? He just had the eyeball. You know?
Yeah.
All my friends painted with my father at one point in time. I was the worst. I was better outside, but he said I was terrible with windows. Get out of here. Too slow.
Our mission is to support those who have defended our country in freedom.
All right.
I did get a raise out of him. Probably 40-foot ladders.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he's like,
Shelter.
I was like, I want more money. I'll go up there. He goes up there and spend money. One time down. He's like, how much you guys want? Me and my brother did like a coup on him. You know what I mean?
Continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor
He was doing some. He was still doing houses in Dorchester coming in when we were like the early 80s, mid 80s.
as a nonprofit
The high wire acts. You ever see those street actors?
veteran
Get on the ladder. Oh,
and veteran
God.
charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle
All right.
Association and how you
3,
can
2,
join or
0,
support,
enter.
please visit cma2-2.org.
Okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. And we're back here on Middleboro Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. Real quick, programming update for Middleboro Matters in the coming weeks. Middleboro in Review in the coming weeks. Next Monday, not tomorrow, but next Monday, we will have the return of my friend Eric Dunn, who will be talking sports with me on Middleboro Matters, Monday, September 2nd, which is Labor Day.
And, And on September 8th on Middleboro in Review, we have Dr. Ed Fischero coming back. He's been in the studio a couple times this year, and I think it's looking like he's going to be able to make it. So that's good. I mean, he has some vacations, and he's been a little bit busy with his practice. So, but it's good to have Ed here, and it's always good to have a doctor in the house.
Absolutely, yes.
Doctor in the house.
Yep. So,
in Middleboro Review, we have one.
any healthcare questions you might have?
Yeah. So
call it.
We'll we should have an answer. I'm gonna probably reach out to him next week before the show and make sure he's still can make it and whatnot. But he's pretty consistent. He likes coming here. He enjoys the time with us.
Yep.
And talking. I think he likes being on the radio, and it's good. He's a good guy. He's been my doctor for over 20 years, 25 years. I've talked to him the whole wide world. I love him.
Yes, so that's what's coming up for Middleboro Matters and Middleboro Review. Now we have our weather, because I don't think we got to that in the last segment. So, weather time.
Oh, you got it up.
I got it up. I have it up, yes. I was having some trouble typing in the word Taunton this morning on this computer for some reason. Anyway, I don't know. It wouldn't let me type in the word Taunton for some reason.
It won?
I don't know. I don't know what that problem is. It would stop at T. Yeah, no, it's what that's doing.
Is it still doing it?
It only does it with the top.
Computer.
The top.
Hello, computer.
The top search bar.
Computer. Hello,
Doesn't
computer.
do it with the other search. There's two search bars when you go into Google. There's a top search bar.
Yeah.
And a lower search bar. I know this is really interesting stuff.
No, it's not.
But there's a top search bar and there's a lower search bar. The top search bar is what I'm having the issue with when it comes to the word Taunton. I don't know why.
You better,
but with the lower search bar, I'm able to type it in correctly.
You gotta let Chris know.
I'm able to type it in correctly, so I don't know what's going on. whatever. It's probably something that will fix itself later.
Nothing ever fixes itself.
No,
Okay?
you know,
It's like
you never know.
you're driving down the road, you hear that squeaky wheel on your vehicle. You think that's gonna go away? Yeah, it might go away.
It's weird. All
2
right,
weeks
anyway.
later, the tires fall off. Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
that's what's going on here.
Can we get some weather?
Yes, we have some weather. Let's do that. Let's do weather right now. Middleboro, 60 degrees right now. That is the low temperature. Interestingly enough, I think it's going to be lower than that.
Yeah, everything's wet. All the mirrors are wet, so the windows are wet.
Yeah.
Ground's dry. Porch is dry. But I mean, you just gotta. Sun's tough too.
84 degrees for the high today. Sunny skies, no rain in the forecast, which is a good thing. 81 tomorrow, rain scheduled right now in the forecast. Low of 60. And Tuesday, mostly sunny skies with a high of 84, low of 65. Taunton weather. 84 with a low of 59. Right now, we're at the low of 59. Clear skies, mostly clear skies today. 81 tomorrow, low of 60 with rain in the forecast. In Driscoll, North Dakota, 71 degrees, clear skies. 88 today with a low of 61 and mostly sunny skies. No rain at all in the forecast this week. The pick of the week is today. So if you're in Driscoll, North Dakota, just definitely go out and enjoy the sun because it's going to be really nice out today. 88 degrees.
Yeah, before it's 10 degrees there again.
Before it's 10 degrees. Unfortunately, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
We'll
70...
probably hear about snow in October.
Maybe.
North Dakota.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Maybe early November. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
I think last year
better
they
to
had
wait till
some snow in
November.
October, if I remember correctly.
I think so. Driscoll, Texas, 77 degrees. Foggy outside. Again, Driscoll, Texas is outside of Corpus Christi. That's where that is. And Driscoll, North Dakota, that's halfway between Billings and Grand Forks, I believe, right? No. I'm horrible at geography.
Well, why don't you tell the whole world that?
I will just, I'll just look it up.
You know what helps being horrible at geography? Studying geography.
I'm not great at studying.
Come on, man. You're not my son, man.
I am terrible.
I'm pretty good at
I
geography.
am terrible at that.
No, I mean it's a lot to know.
Come on.
We live in a big country.
Okay. Backspace button's not working. That ain't cool.
Yeah, great. You better let Chris know.
Okay. Anyway, moving on from that.
You better let Chris know.
I will at the end of the show today. Our laptop here in the studio is having some issues for some reason this morning.
Like freezing up?
No, the backspace button's not working.
Wow.
Weird. All right. Anyway, moving on. Before we get any further off the tracks.
Yeah.
But Driscoll, North Dakota is between Billings and another city. So there you go.
Yeah, I think Grand Forks maybe.
Grand Forks, yes, there it is.
I'm guessing now.
Yeah, Grand Forks. I think it's Grand Forks.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. And doesn't have much going on, but
nothing.
but yeah,
Their last restaurant closed about in 2018. They really don't have anything. They used to have a restaurant bar. They don't have that anymore. It's homes, and farms and ranches and stuff like that. But
high of 98 in Driscoll, Texas today, by the way, and rain in the forecast for the rest of the week.
in Driscoll, Texas.
Yeah, in Driscoll, Texas. So wow, that's interesting.
Well, that's a good weather report.
That is a good weather report.
It took a half an hour to get the weather report across. But that's all right. Are we ready for the U.S.?
Yeah, we're gonna
Town Hall news, right?
Yeah, whatever
That's the new
whatever
news
it's
name, right?
called today. Yeah.
Town Hall, right?
Yes, Town Hall.
Or Salem News Group.
Salem Radio Network
Right.
is the new news we have now, and they're great. we have a business report in the mornings.
Oh, it seems like they're on the
During the
ball.
weekdays?
Yeah, for loading up, they're on the ball.
Yeah, they got great sports report as well that you can hear during the week.
Yeah.
And also, and during the weekends
I
sometimes.
think a lot of people reach for that.
As well.
I mean,
During the weekends, a lot.
I mean, they listen for a lot of national news. I mean, they got to put up with us for 15 minutes.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
they will, because...
But yeah, the town hall news is great. They have some great features, business news, sports.
It's a good product, I think.
Absolutely.
The last one was, I'm not knocking the last one, but it just seems like this is back to the word consistency.
There were inconsistencies.
Same thing.
Yeah, there were
Waffles.
inconsistencies in the last one. I'm not gonna not bashing the last one.
No,
I'm not gonna bash the last one either. But yeah, this was more consistent for sure.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, it's good.
Anyway, it is 7:29. We're gonna take our news break right now, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. And during the second half of the show, we'll talk about our Today in Histories. We will do our early voting, Middleboro and Taunton, talk about that, and much more. And still, we have open phone lines today as well. So your phone calls will be welcomed if you want to call in. 508-822-1106 is number. Your phone calls are always welcome here on Middleboro Review. But
we'd love to hear you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
508-822-1106 is the number. So
Anybody
call
wants
in.
to call and complain about the tea, I'll take the call.
I want to say good morning to our friend Pat, who's listening on Facebook.
Great.
And it's 7:30. Let's take a commercial break, and we'll be right back here in a few minutes.
Is everything all right?
With the laptop, I have no idea.
Not the laptop, with this radio station.
Yeah.
On? Everything on?
Yeah.
Billy got station available and question marks. So, I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
It might be his phone.
Yeah, I think it's his phone. I don't know what that means.
Oh, just whatever.
Democrats' convention in Chicago, there were reminders that the road to victory will not be easy. White House correspondent Greg Clugston.
For all of the energy and excitement at last week's Democratic National Convention, the presidential contest remains close, something Barack and Michelle Obama reminded their party.
This is going to be an uphill battle.
This will still be a tight race in a closely divided country.
They delivered an urgent call to action. It was an acknowledgement that even with the change at the top of the Democratic ticket, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are essentially tied in their race for the White House. Greg Clugston, Chicago.
Israel has launched a wave of airstrikes across South Lebanon, and it's calling a preemptive strike on Hezbollah. The Lebanese terror group says it fired hundreds of rockets and drones in retaliation for the killing of a top commander in an Israeli airstrike in Beirut that took place last month. Dr. Anthony Fauci has come down with a mosquito-borne virus.
A spokesperson says Fauci,
Yeah, everything sounds fine here.
National Institutes of Health is recovering at home after a hospitalization for West Nile disease.
Everything
the
sounds
virus is
good.
commonly spread through the bite of an infected mosquito. Fauci reportedly told a fellow doctor he was likely infected in his own backyard. The CDC says most people don't experience
Chances of that,
symptoms from
top-
West Nile, but
top
about
doctor.
50% will develop a
I have no
fever,
idea.
headache,
That's
body aches, stomach
weird
upset,
to say
or
the
a
least.
rash.
Yeah.
I'm Jackie Quinn.
All right, well, backspace button. Because why is that not? That's weird.
The deadly weekend Solingen knife attack left 3 dead and 8 wounded. More on
The
these
numbers
stories at
lock? Is that why?
townhall.com.
I guess not.
Well, summer
Caps
is
lock?
upon us.
Maybe Ed can figure it out.
Everyone has a favorite outdoor activity: golf, bike riding, bird watching, long walks.
That ain't the problem. I
And
don't
you'll
know
get
what's going
100
on.
answers. But if everyday aches and pains are keeping you on the sidelines, I have one answer: Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100%
That's a little
drug-free
weird.
supplement
I'm
that
not
helps
sure,
somebody fight pain naturally.
What's going on? I'll let Chris know. I'll text him.
Of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joints or muscles, in 3 weeks or less you'll start to feel the difference all day, every day. So whatever you like to do, swimming, pickleball, hanging out in the garden, Relief Factor can help you feel good again and let you enjoy all your favorite outdoor activities all summer long. ReliefFactor.com, 1-800-4RELIEF, 1-800-473-5433. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
Russian officials say 5 people died in Ukraine shelling in Russia's border region of Belgorod, while Russian forces struck a hotel in eastern Ukraine, leaving 1 person missing and 2 others injured. 12 other people wounded in the Russian village of Ratikon, including a 16-year-old girl reported to be in critical condition. Reuters says their journalist covering the war in Ukraine is missing. 2 other team members hospitalized after a Hotel Sapphire in the city of Kramatorsk in the eastern Donetsk region was struck by an apparent missile. Officials say torrential rains caused a flash flood in Indonesia's eastern Ternate Island this weekend, sweeping away residential areas and leaving 13 people dead. The deluges cut off the main road and access to the village of Rua in North Maluka province, the most hard-hit area, burying dozens of homes and businesses under the mud. Search and rescue teams are on the job. News and analysis at townhall.com. There are new privacy concerns about wearing cooling gear.
More and more companies are exploring the use of wearable technology to help keep workers cool on sweltering days. But there are questions about how the biometric data could be used. The Laborers Health and Safety Fund of North America is among the groups raising questions about the data that comes from cooling technology for workers. The lawyer with
And the thing about having the thing not type in is because it highlights what Google highlights what they think you're going to search. So it's kind of tough to you gotta type in something different, or maybe won't let you, because it'll keep correcting to what they think you want. So the first issue is not on our end. It's Google. The second issue, the backspace button not working, that's on our end. I don't know what's going on with the backspace button. That's not good.
You spend more time trying to dial in what you want.
Exactly.
It keeps manipulating you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, exactly. All right.
So you didn't save any time, so it's dumb.
Yep. Blue mic is up. Good. Blue mic up. Red mic up. All right, we're good to go. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we are back here on Middleboro. In review, it is 7:36 a.m. here on Middleboro in Review. And we got a lot to get to here in the next 25 minutes. First off, talk about our early voting. We're going to start off with Taunton. So, early voting for the city of Taunton. I'm going to do that one first. Again, the state primary is September the 3rd. Very important state primary. The early voting will take place at the Taunton Hall at 15 Summer Street. Second floor of the Silver City Conference Room.
What did you say, Taunton Hall?
Taunton Hall.
Taunton Hall?
Taunton. It says Taunton Hall here. That must be a typo. Taunton Town Hall.
Yeah.
Yes. Or City Hall. Sorry, not Town Hall. City Hall.
Taunton Hall. Well, just Taunton Hall. That's what it says. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It could be a typo. Maybe it's not.
No.
Maybe it is Taunton Hall. I don't know. I will say Taunton Hall. It says Taunton Hall on the thing here that I have. So that's what I'll say. 15 Summer Street. Second floor in the Silver City Conference Room. Sunday. Today is Sunday, August 25th. There will be early voting from
Yeah,
8.
Taunton City Hall, 15 Summer Street?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
It's closed now. Go to Google.
Oh, it's only for another 22 minutes. Because there'll be early voting there.
Okay.
Sunday, August 25th, today. I'm pretty sure today is Sunday, August 25th.
So they're opening today, the 25th?
Yes.
At what, 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah, 8 a.m. So at the top of the hour, you go down and early vote for the next 6 hours. It's open until 2 o'clock.
Nice.
Today. Monday, August 26th.
That's a good day to vote. Sundays?
It's
most people
very,
have
very
off. I mean,
less busy.
Yeah, and 8 o'clock, I mean, people go to church or do their
Yeah.
thing, and they even go before or after. So, yeah, that's good. Get out and vote.
Monday, August 26th, it is open from 8 a.m. to 4. Tuesday, August 27th, early voting is from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday, August 28th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thursday, August 29th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And Friday, August 30th, 8 a.m. to noon. So the last day for early voting is Friday, August 30th. No appointments to vote are necessary. Remember that any qualified registered voter who resides in Taunton may vote early. Please call the Elections Department at 508-821-1044. Again, that's 508-821-1044 with any questions. So that is Taunton. Now, we have Middleboro, and let me make sure I hit the right one. That's not the right one. Just give me a moment. It'll be the last link I hit, right? That's just my luck. There we go. It's the second to last link I clicked. All right. My luck this morning. State primary election for Middleboro. We have early voting from Saturday, August 24th until Friday, August 30th. So that's underway as well. No early voting today in Middleboro. Monday, it picks back up. August 26th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, August 27th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wednesday, August 28th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday, August 29th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Friday, August 30th, 8 a.m. to noon. And you can do the early voting at Town Hall at 10 Nickerson Avenue. So that is what's going on for Middleboro in their state primary election early voting. A lot going on there.
That's pretty good that Taunton has a Sunday. They open on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yes.
That is huge.
Yep.
I mean, because a lot of people, these days people are working 6 days a week, so a lot of people won't have time to.
Yeah, and I think Taunton has a lot of voters. Middleboro does too, but Taunton's a city and has a lot of voters.
Yeah.
So Sunday
that's
early
good.
voting is a good
smart.
thing.
That's definitely smart governmental policy for sure.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, it's right. It's right downtown, and 8 o'clock, people feel to go and cast your vote. That's good because a lot of people work a lot, and a lot of people live in, work in Boston or they work far away from Taunton, so it's hard to. If they're a teacher and the school's starting next week, right?
Yes.
So if they're a teacher or they're a nurse or they, firefighter or police officer or anything that's really important, they got to be at work, but at a certain time, it's kind of, and if they have to work late, it's just, so this early voting is good, in my opinion. So I'm glad people can take advantage of it, and you'll have your vote in and you'll be all set.
All right, we're going to take our last commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll have a couple of other events to talk about going on in Middleboro and surrounding towns. So we'll talk about that. We'll get to our sports tomorrow. I know there's maybe some people out there that want my opinion on the college football games yesterday. However...
what's that? Georgia Tech came back and beat them, right? Was it?
Yes, they did.
You missed the.
I missed the second half.
No, you missed the 7-0 saying that Georgia was out, running your mouth.
Well, Well, I was thinking Florida was gonna kind of run all over
Well,
them.
we checked the last end of that game out at lunch.
You did?
Yeah, Mark and I, right?
Okay.
And I says,
and they won by I think they won by a game.
Well, he's the one, so you got to tell Joey that.
We will get into much deeper detail.
Well, you were running your mouth. Why do you run your mouth like that?
Because I like to.
Okay.
As I like to.
Okay.
I was,
I says, Joey, what's the score? 7-0? Came in close.
Well, the run defenses at the beginning of the game. Let's just get into it today. We'll talk about this particular game. The other 3 games we'll talk about tomorrow. There was some other games.
That was the game that was in Ireland.
Yes, this is the game that was in Ireland.
Yeah.
The other games, there were a couple other games, a little less important. They're still important, a little less important. This one was the highlight of the entire day. Georgia Tech, Florida State, very good game. They kept it close throughout, and a game-winning field goal by Georgia, which is huge, because I believe Georgia Tech has their punter, not their field goal kicker, but their punter is from Ireland. So huge game for Georgia Tech to win. They won it by that game-winning field goal, and in front of I think it's. If it wasn't sold out, it was pretty close to a sold-out crowd in Dublin, Ireland, and that was a really fun game. I watched the first half of the game. I wasn't able to watch the second half, but I watched the first half, and it was a really good first half. They went back and forth, and of course Don was able to catch the end of the game with the game-winning field goal. But great game to start the season. Bad game for the Florida State Seminoles to lose your season opener like that in heartbreaking fashion. That's pretty bad, And this is coming off of a really bad loss in their bowl game. They were undefeated last year, missed the college football playoff. They were undefeated and missed the college football playoff. So not a great system. The old college football system, the 4-team one, was not a good one. I am very happy that they expanded it to 12 teams. Very, very happy. But that's pretty much what happened in that game. Game-winning field goal by Georgia Tech. Great game. And we'll see what happens with these two teams going forward. I think Florida has to come out in week 2 and in subsequent weeks and really make it clear that was just a one-off. That's not going to be the norm for this team. And Georgia Tech wants to build on this successful game in Ireland for this season. They are a very good team. Both teams are very good. That's why it came down to that game-winning field goal. But all right, that is that's your sports for today. The other games we'll talk about tomorrow, along with some other sports as well. And we'll get to that tomorrow on Middleboro Matters. So tune in to Middleboro Matters tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. So we have that going on tomorrow. We're going to take our last commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll have some local events going on in Middleboro and surrounding towns. And your phone calls, 508-822-1106 is the number. We'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM.
Tony is back. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting right after the 9 a.m. news. Great local, regional, and national guests, but more importantly, you and your phone calls will all always have time for you and open lines at 508-822-1106. I'm looking forward to talking to all of you every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday on Coffee with Tony. Heard only on WVF 1530 AM and 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Good morning, Paul.
Morning, Paul.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our base of operations is in the lower level of the parish hall on Oak Street, directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in downtown Middleboro. At this time, we serve approximately 500 families in our service area, and many of them come to us for various types of aid. This can take many forms and include many of the following programs: utilities and rent assistance, agency referrals, clothing and furniture vouchers, and temporary lodging. For more information, go to svdbmiddleboro.org. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
Oftentimes, the wheelchairs our veterans and first responders receive from their healthcare providers are subpar at best. Some are falling apart, with a years-long waiting list for a new one. This lag causes a tremendous amount of stress for our heroes and creates a burden for their caregivers. Isolation leads to depression. We build what they need to get outdoors, hunting, fishing, or playing sports. Join the mission at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Matthew Mission Food Pantry helps people with food insecurities from the hardships of life. In a few short years, they have given more than 4,000 bags of groceries to those in need. For guests with limited transportation options, they are open every Saturday morning from 9:30 to 11:30 at the north door of the First Parish Church, 76 Church Green, and are available to anyone, no questions asked. The demand increases every week. With the looming reduction in SNAP benefits, the need is growing. Please consider a donation of unexpired, non-perishable food items, grocery store gift cards, or a monetary donation via check to the Matthew Mission Food Pantry, 76 Church Green, Taunton, or by Venmo at Matthew Mission Food Pantry. The Matthew Mission Inc. is a registered 501c3 organization. Thank you.
3, 2, 1, 0. And we are back here on Middleboro in Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. It is 7:51 AM. We have about 9 minutes left on the show today. Open phone lines, 508-822-1106 is the number if you want to call in. And we have a couple of local events to talk about here, and then we'll do our Today in Histories to end the show today. First one we got going on is a very interesting one. The Coyle brothers manhunt in Middleboro. The story of John and William Coyle, two brothers on the run for murder back in 1959. They were the subject of the largest manhunt in state history. Armed and dangerous, they came to Middleboro. The September MHA membership meeting also will follow after this event. Light refreshments will be served. That will take place Thursday, September 26th at 6 p.m. at the Middleboro Public Library. Free admission. The Middleboro Public Library always puts on the most interesting events and talks every year. I mean, they put on some really great events every year, every month. Definitely recommended to go down there and check this out because there's always some great events and talks that they do. I think they did one on Iceland a couple of years ago that I attended, I believe. I believe I was filming it for the town. For MACAM, and that was a couple of years ago, I believe. And they have so many other great events that they do, and so many other great talks. that they have throughout the year. Middleboro Public Library does a great job on that. This talk will be presented by the Middleboro Historical Association. And again, that is on Thursday, September 26th at 6 p.m. at the Middleboro Public Library. One other event going on is, we just talked about that, hold on. One other event going on. Okay, we just talked about that. 1 second. There we go, is the Harvest Fair. The Soul Homestead Harvest Fair on September 28th, which is located at 46 Soul Street, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for this event. There will be music, there will be raffles, auctions, cranberry bog exhibit, there will be food available, there will be crafts, and much more. So, again, you can buy tickets via pre-sale. Don't know if there's a website. There was not a website here, but there is a QR code, it looks like. So if you go on to the Middleboro Town Hall, Middleboro Town Manager Facebook page, they have it. They have this event up there on the Facebook page. And I think the Soul Homestead Facebook page has this event too on the Facebook, and you can scan the QR code. They have a code here. QR code, a thing to scan, and it should take you to where to buy tickets, I assume. But again, the Harvest Fair at Soul Homestead, September 28th, 46 Soul Street. Again, that takes place 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for that event. All right, our Today in Histories now. 1537. We have an old Today in History. The Honorable Artillery Company, the oldest surviving regiment in the British Army and the second most senior, is formed. 1944, during World War II, Paris is liberated by the Allies. Don, very important day in World War II history, the liberation of Paris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a movie, it's called The Train, with Burt Lancaster.
Yes, very good movie.
It talks about, I'm not sure if it was fiction or not.
The liberation of Paris, correct?
Well,
that was part of it.
Right after liberation of Paris, and the Nazis, one of the Nazi generals was trying to steal all the art from Paris to bring it to Berlin. I'm not sure if that was a true story, based on a true story, or that was fiction. But
I think it would be. I think.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I think that's one of the things they were trying to do is steal.
Yeah,
a lot of the art.
And it was all the railroad men kind of sabotaged it and tricked them. You know?
Yeah.
Yes. It's called The Train. Burt Lancaster, great movie.
2005, August 25th, 2005, Hurricane Katrina makes landfall in Florida. And August 25th, 2017, Hurricane Harvey makes landfall in Texas as a Category 4 hurricane, the strongest hurricane to make landfall in the United States since 2004. I'm not sure which hurricane they would be mentioning. Maybe Wilma?
No, what, 2005?
2004.
Oh.
The 2004 season.
No,
maybe Wilma. I'm not sure.
Katrina, that was the big one.
No, well, because Katrina was the following season.
Yeah.
That was in 04.
Yeah, I remember we were going down to Florida at the time. We were driving down to Florida at the time, and we were worried when we had a rent a car, and we were worried about getting gas. Couldn't find, had to really look around for gas.
Our birthdays for today: 1840, George C. Magoon, American businessman, born in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the chairman of the board of the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway. Magoon and his company invested in the still growing Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway to the point where he had become chairman of the board of the railroad in the late 1880s. As the Santa Fe's stock prices fell from $140 per share to $20 per share, Magoon's health also faltered. Magoon passed away on December 20th, 1893. He had become so personally identified with the railroad that 3 days after his death, the Santa Fe entered receivership. Not great, Don. Not great.
Nah.
Not
What year
great.
was that?
That was 1893 that the Santa Fe entered receivership. Just 3 days after he died. 1918, Leonard Bernstein, American pianist, composer, and conductor. 1928, Darrell Johnson, American baseball player, coach, and manager. American catcher, American League catcher. American Major League Baseball catcher, coach, and manager, and scout. As a manager, he led the Red Sox, the 1975 Red Sox, to the AL pennant and was named Manager of the Year by both the Sporting News and by the AP, the Associated Press. All right, Don, we're gonna go through these. We have like 10 of these birthdays here. We're gonna go through them very quick. 1930, Sean Connery. James Bond.
Yep.
Hunt for Red October. 1931, Regis Pillman. Great game show host.
He's always a talk show host. He's great. I always liked him. Class act, in my opinion.
1949, Gene Simmons from Kiss. 1951, Rob Halford from Judas Priest. Nice. 1952, Jeff Downs. 1954, Elvis Costello. 1958, Tim Burton, the great American director. 1961, Billy Ray Cyrus. 1962, Vivian Campbell, Don.
Oh, Cyrus.
1966, Derek Sheehan, Don.
Oh, nice.
Our passings for today. 1988, the owner, the founder of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Art Rooney, passed away on this day in 1988. 2009, Ted Kennedy passed away. 2012, Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, passed away on this day. And in 2018, John McCain passed away on this day. 2008 presidential candidate.
I remember 2009 when Senator Kennedy passed away. I was driving for a trucking company. I was going out to Albany, and the state had signs all the way down the Mass Pike in his memory. And it was a night run, but I mean the state really went out of their way. I mean every construction sign lit up for Kennedy. I remember I think it was a weekend he might have passed away or whatever, but I remember that well when he passed away, and I remember him heading down the Hyannis like for the last time and whatnot, and for seeing his family and going home. So that was sad.
2009 was a really tough year when it comes
sad.
to.
He did, Kennedy did a lot.
Yes, 2009 was a really tough year.
Kennedy did a lot for education in the state. He really did, and no one can take that back.
2009 was a really tough year for when it comes to major people, celebrities, politicians passing away. Michael Jackson passed away.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze, I think, passed away in 2009. It might have been 2008 that he passed away, 2010 that he might have passed away.
Yeah, but I mean, but no, you're right.
Farrah Fawcett passed away right around that time, too. Right. A lot of major actresses and actors and politicians. All right, we'll be ending the show here. We'll be back next week with another edition of Middleboro in Review. I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of Middleboro Matters. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend, and go Patriots, because they're playing today against the Washington Commanders in the final preseason football game. So go Patriots, and we'll see you next week.
Go Pats.
Bye-bye.
I'll get you stuff. You want your laptop?
Yes, everything. Bye, everybody.